Several roles to share with you today that are in healthcare and fintech, and they're all product or customer support based roles, and they range up to 100K per year. So if that sounds interesting, please stick around. First, I want to welcome you back to Home Base Haven, your safe haven for real work from home jobs. If this is your first time joining us, thank you so much and welcome to you. And make sure you grab your free download down below. There's a link in the description box. You'll get a free download of 15 remote job sites to help you find your dream remote job, in addition to the roles that I bring you here on the channel each week. And also, by getting that free download, you'll also sign up for my email list where I send out these job leads early. Like the ones I'm going to share in this video already went out to subscribers yesterday. So that is a perk there. And also you'll get, just exclusive email leads, and I'll share some info about some side gigs that I'm enjoying and getting paid from. So go ahead and sign up. Let's go ahead and jump into the first role for today's video, and this is with the company Gartner. They are a healthcare company and they're looking for a customer service rep. This is a fully remote role, and it says we're seeking a dedicated associate to join our member facing team. In this role, you will serve as the front line of support for our members, acting as a trusted guide in helping them understand and navigate their healthcare benefits. You'll engage directly with members through phone, chat, and email to help them access the highest quality care at the lowest possible cost. So that's a little summary about the role. Now let me point out to you that they are looking for individuals to work Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure that those hours could work for you. This is a US-based fully remote position as well. And a little bit more about the responsibilities. I'll just read a couple. They want you to educate members on their healthcare benefits, including how to maximize their Gartner benefit. You're going to de-escalate members who are experiencing friction with their benefit, in other words, upset customers. And you're going to work with other departments to address cross-departmental issues. Okay? And as an ideal candidate, they want you to have a minimum of 2 years of call center or customer service experience. They don't specify any specific industry, so that leaves it wide open there for a lot of opportunity. Healthcare experience, of course, is preferred because they are in healthcare, but it's not a requirement. You must be clear and confident in your verbal and written communication, meticulous attention to detail, proactive and curious problem-solving mindset, openness to feedback, and a commitment to doing better every day. Technical proficiency with customer service platforms such as Zendesk, which you could find a YouTube tutorial on Zendesk to familiarize yourself. A desire to work in a rapidly evolving startup environment and can adapt quickly to change, and a passion for Gartner's mission to transform the healthcare economy. All right, and then it says the application process. They give you a little breakdown here. It says you apply, then you get an intro call that's 15 minutes. There's a role-based case study that's 45 minutes, a culture interview probably to see if you are a good fit for their company culture, if that's 30 minutes, and then a job offer after that. So I like that they give you a little synopsis, a little breakdown, because sometimes it's just a guessing game as to what to expect, what'll come next. So I like that they spell that out for you. And this role pays $22 per hour. And it says this position will also include a 50-cent additional hourly bump for English and Spanish bilingual candidates. So if that's you, make sure you mention that on your resume or when you speak to the recruiter that you are bilingual with English and Spanish, so you can get that little bit of pay bump, okay? Again, that's with the company Gartner. Let's go to the next one. This is a fintech company called Affirm. You might be familiar with them, or may have heard of them. They are one of those buy now, pay later platforms, and they're looking for a customer operations associate. This is remote anywhere in the US. And a little bit about what you'll be doing. You're going to resolve escalated customer inquiries via predominantly email, so that lets you know you're not going to spend a lot of time on the phone for those of you that are not a fan of being on the phone, with occasional need for phone calls to support customers. You're going to use utilization of your in-depth product and financial knowledge to communicate, investigate, and resolve customer issues on a larger variety of case types. And if that kind of makes you pause, don't worry, they're going to train you on their platform. They have to, because for you to properly educate their customers, they need to make sure you are educated on their platform, which you can only get from them. Help identify trends and areas of improvement, including agent coaching, quality monitoring and product features, and responsible for independently managing schedules and email channels in order to drive higher productivity, performance, and quality scores. What they're looking for you to have is a willingness to support operation functions on evenings, weekends, and public holidays. So if these type of days and hours do not work for you from jump, just make sure that you maybe don't apply to this if it's not the best fit. So I like that they point that out. You must have excellent verbal and written communication skills, be capable of delivering high quality work independently and or virtually while remaining flexible in a fast-paced or fast-growth environment. 1 to 3 years required experience interacting with customers in an omni-channel environment, so phone, email, chat, and they don't specify that it has to be in a specific industry. Of course, the financial industry is a plus because that's the industry they are in. You must have sound judgment and proactive problem-solving skills, great analytical thinking, be a team player, have strong follow-through, be comfortable with Mac, iOS, and Google Workspace. That's a plus, not a requirement. And comfortable with working with key performance indicators to assess and drive performance. And now the base pay for this range, they do have a breakdown for those of you in these following states here. If you're in any of these states, it's $50,000 to $70,000 per year, and then all other states it's $44,000 to $64,000 per year. So easy breakdown. It's one or the other based on where you live, and it says base pay is part of a total compensation package that may include equity rewards, monthly stipends for health, wellness, and tech spending, which means some home office setup and benefits. Okay, so again, that's what the company affirm. Let's look at the next one. This is another fintech company. They are called Mercury, and they're looking for a customer support specialist. As you can see, they're all customer support based roles that are paying decently compared to what you would usually find, especially for remote roles. Now it says Mercury is a financial technology company, not a bank, so they make sure they spell that out for you. Here are some things you'll be doing in this role. You're going to, of course, answer user questions over chat, email, and phone, handle user account requests, including application processing, card disputes, missing payments, card shipments, and a whole lot more. So you literally can get paid a high amount. I'll get to that in a minute, just for helping with these basic account setup functions. And what they want you to have is 2 years of experience in a customer experience or customer support role, fintech experience. But if you don't have that, but you meet several of these other requirements, I would still apply and give yourself a shot. You must be able to exercise empathy, exude competence, always seek to answer the question behind the question, to just kind of try to be one step ahead and anticipate what the user or customer might need or might be curious about. Understand how to translate convoluted banking or engineering terminology into clear human user communication. Enjoy thinking about how to automate as much of your job as possible. Keep a clean inbox, stay calm and collected under pressure, use creativity and show kindness, and have a love for language. So they want you to be able to speak well and to enjoy speaking a lot, because you'll be helping customers, and they kind of emphasize that in a creative way. And the pay for that, again, it's baked. I can speak. They break it down based off of where you live in the U.S. So if you're in New York, LA, Seattle, San Francisco, it's $72,600 to $81,700 per year. If you're outside of those cities, then the range is $65,300 to $73,500 per year. And Canadians can also apply to this role, and any location in Canada, it's the same range, $68,600 to $77,200. So they give you a nice breakdown there, and the ranges aren't too crazy wide. Sometimes you see really obnoxiously wide ranges, but at least these are a little bit more reasonable range. Okay, and then the application is pretty straightforward and right down below. And again, this is with the company Mercury. Let's go to the next role, And this is the product support analyst. This is probably the one that requires the most experience going in. This is also, of course, a remote role. This is the company Sage, and they are in the healthcare umbrella. And it says Sage is a small, tight team of ambitious, multidisciplinary entrepreneurs. We're a software-enabled, mission-driven company and are focused only on the problems that are central to achieving that mission. Okay, so essentially they talk about fall prevention in senior living facilities. That's kind of what their software is based around. So your responsibilities, offering support to their users of their software is evening and off hours. So if you don't like working in the evening or overnight, this might not be a good role for you. They don't clearly state what the hours are, but they're just letting you know up front that it's not going to be your standard day shift, morning to afternoon or morning to early evening. And you're going to triage and resolve both customer-facing and internal issues using Zendesk and Slack integrations. You're going to issue management and intake discipline, help centralize support requests and reduce reliance on informal communication channels, document relevant details with clarity and consistency. So essentially just documenting your communications with the patients/customers. And the qualifications are 4 years of experience in a support, service desk, or help desk environment. So I think this is the one that requires the most experience coming in. And you'll see why in a second. Excellent written communication skills, especially in asynchronous and remote first settings. Ability to work independently and manage decision making off hours, because of course you most likely won't have access to asking management how to, guide a call with a customer. So you'll be able to kind of use your own critical thinking to figure that out. Familiarity with Zendesk and Slack-based ticketing workflows, a thoughtful approach to structure and flexibility, and must maintain a calm, professional demeanor, because of course you may not always be dealing with people that are in a pleasant mood. So keep that in mind. And the pay for this is the best part, is $90,000 to $100,000 per year. So this is just for providing support for a platform that you're going to be trained on and working some off hours, which a lot of people actually look for off hour shifts. So this can be a great opportunity, especially if you have 4 or more years of experience in a support role in any industry, because they don't specify. So definitely check that out. I mean, in this one, you can get paid $100K per year for product support. And then in this one here, you can get paid up to $81,000 for customer support. And they only require 2 years of experience. So these are pretty high paying customer support roles that you definitely want to jump on if you're trying to just get into a customer support position or want entry into the tech world. This is an easy way to kind of get your foot in the door in a tech industry. So just pointing that out. And please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with a friend or family member that could benefit from any of the job opportunities or ones that are similar. Just share this channel with them so they can get the good news too. All right. And also make sure you check out earnbetter.com if you're looking for a free AI tool to help you build the ideal resume and cover letter for the roles you're applying for. You don't have to pay someone hundreds of dollars to do that for you. If you want to, of course, go right ahead, but that may not be accessible to everyone. So I like to mention this free option for those of you that might be interested. I think it's a great tool to use. All right, and thank you again for tuning in. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you all again soon.